Hello, Robert. This CD is being made with your Black Pearl Speck. Christine said that she tuned it up high, and it is up there a ways. Um, this is going to be a short version of. Hello, Robert. This CD is being made with your Black Pearl Speck. Christine said that she tuned it up high, and it is up there a ways. Um, this is going to be a short version of what you're going to get in your CD, your other CD, and your DVD, and it'll go over some fundamentals, especially as they apply to a higher tuned call. Okay, so running it up kind of close to the top, it's going to be like this. Yeah, it sounds really good. And then in the mid range, and then kind of as ground yodels would be. And it's a red bone, so it's still got plenty of bottom. A murmur. A little murmur with some clear air spike. Okay, and then your cluck. Yeah, it's running really good. Uh, it's critical that you get the fundamentals with a red bone. They're different than other spec calls. They sound a little different, and you run them a little differently. Now they'll run any way that you blow them, but if you really want to get the most out of it, you got to really pick up on on a couple of fundamental things, and that is a cigarette grip. Now that's the trigger finger and the thumb pinching the silver band. Okay, you're just going to blow this kind of air into it. You don't have to whistle if you don't want to, but just that air and going into the call. And we want to make this sound. Simple enough, but it's very important, and here's why. Because whatever air it takes for you, whatever chest pressure, diaphragm pressure, throat, larynx pressure that you need to run or that you need to introduce into the call to make this sound, that's how much air it's going to take you to run. That's the pressure that you're going to have to generate each time to make the call run properly. Remember, it's not this, and it's not this. It ain't that. Steady, controlled, smooth air. That's the pressure index that you want to develop. When you figure out how to make the call do that, you are running it at the pressure that you need to run the call with. Okay, the other side of the clear air is scratch, and all it is just introducing hum into clear air. Okay, holding it with the cigarette grip, hum into the call. Clear air, scratch air. Okay, I'm turning around backwards and blow through it so that you hear the humming. And that produces. Okay, that's super, super critical, Robert. Got to get that. Got to get those two air presentations because that's the two airs that you run the call with. Cigarette grip, clear air. That's the pressure, and that's the constancy of it. It teaches you how to introduce a stream of clear air into the call, but it's also teaching you how much pressure you need to be pushing inside of Robert Lee to make the red bone run correctly. Okay, the clear air, then the scratch air, then alternating. And when you get to really running tricky stuff and doing a lot of fancy junk, that's what you'll be doing with your voice while you're running the call. You'll be shifting in your voice between the clear air and the scratch air. But for right now, step one, cigarette grip, clear air. Cigarette grip, scratch. And it doesn't sound anything like geese, but it's a super fundamental thing. You need to get those two air presentations down cold, where you do it just in your sleep. Seriously. Okay, step two is the DVD grip. You watch that old man on that DVD, watch very closely, and get your hands exactly like that old man. It's not just kind of like it, but exactly like it. Now, when you catch on to it, and you will, you're going to change that. You're going to change to your own grip. That grip is not the best grip, and that grip is not the only grip. The best grip is the one that Robert Lee works best with. So Robert Lee is going to have to, or will at some point, develop his own. But to get a grip on it and get a start, Robert Lee can use that old man grip on that DVD to get started, and then he'll work his own issues out past that. Okay, that's the second step, the DVD grip. The third step is introducing those two air presentations that we were doing with the cigarette grip. We're going to introduce those air presentations into the call while we hold it with the DVD grip. And we're going to change this into this. And we're going to change this into this. Oh, when you can do that, Robert, you're a dangerous person, because when you got that, you're about 30 seconds away from being a very effective Speck caller, because those two sounds, this one right here and this one, are what make up the entire vocabulary of what Specks do. Okay? 3 steps. Get that fundamental air presentation down with the cigarette grip, clear air. Cigarette grip, scratch. Then we're going to hold the call just like that old man does on that DVD and introduce those two air presentations and turn this into this and this into this. I wouldn't go another further until I could do that if I was you. I'm talking about do that just sick. You can do it so good. Okay, when you got that, when those issues are settled, and remember, fundamentals are the key to this. When you get those fundamentals concreted in your mind, then you can go to making the Speck sounds accurately. Speck, and we'll do the dog yodel first. The dog yodel is the most common sound they make, and it's the easiest one. And it goes to the point that specklebellies do not go hoo-hoo, hee-hee, ha-ha, ha-ha, hoo-hoo, no matter what you hear on the internet or any of that junk. They don't do that. They go like this. Okay? Dog whistle. Come here. Like you call your dog. That's what they're doing up there all the time. Now, they'll do it fast, or they'll do it slow sometimes. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to put that air presentation. Now, you don't have to whistle if you don't want to, but you put that air shape into your Speck call while you hold it with that DVD grip. You hear it? You got a good Speck call. You hear the call trying to break. That's one of the things you're paying big money for. All you have to do is introduce that clear air in that form,